Alright, so we discuss a whole lot about social dynamics on this channel. We talk a lot about what should men do, what should you keep in mind, how should you be a better man, how could you be a better man, and all that good things. But then there is this one thing that I haven't talked about, or I haven't seen people talk about, and I think you should be aware of, or I think you should at least know a thing or two more about it. You see, you being a better man, or you being on the process of being a better man, does not come so easy. It's obviously a very hard task, but the thing is, once you are there in the process, once you are actually becoming a better man, you try getting, or you actually start getting a whole lot of attention from the world around. And this attention can either be good or bad, and you have to be smart enough to know the kind of attention you should be actually spending your time on, or which one is actually good and really bad. So in this episode of Men's Essential Gentlemen, I'll be sharing my opinion or giving you 5 quick tips on the type of female attention that you shouldn't be giving to about, the types of women you should stay far away from. Because see, the thing is, no matter how good looking, how charming, or how chivalrous and kind you are as a true blue gentleman, there are these women that will just use you for your niceness. There are these women who are just not wired to be there with you, and you should be able to sniff them out and keep them away from your life. This video is going to help you with that. So, my name is Mayank Bhattacharya. These are the 5 women you should be avoiding at all costs. So let's roll the intro. Okay, so before I get into the video, before I start the list, here is this one quick thing. I am not a fan of the whole red pill society. I am not pro masculinity, chauvinism and all that good things. I'm not anti-feminism. I'm not anti anything. See, I'm just here to share my process. I'm just here to tell you a thing or two that can actually help you get better in life, or at least be well sorted in life. See, the thing is, on a macro scale, there are no good or bad people in this world. I mean, they're all good in their own way and they're all bad in their own way. But the most important part being, they are not killing anyone, they are not robbing anyone, so there's nothing bad as such. But there are these 5 types of personalities, or 5 types of women that can actually drive you crazy if you are this young, aspiring, hardworking, creative or passionate entrepreneur, or whatever that you're doing in your life. And these are the exact 5 types of women that I want you to avoid. So starting one on the list is the self-entitled 18-year-old. I mean, if you really think that you have this fair chance with this 18-year-old Instagram model who's getting 15,000 likes on all of her Instagram posts, then you are absolutely out of your mind. Especially when you haven't done shit to make her realize that her self-entitlement is not worth your time. Now see, there is nothing wrong in she being self-entitled. There is nothing wrong in you having a huge crush on this woman who is very self-entitled. But the thing is, you are seeing her from a very different perspective, and she is seeing you from her own very different perspective. She is getting 5,000 DMs every day. She's getting 15,000 likes every day. She's having this social presence. She's getting asked out by a lot of college guys and every other 18-year-old that you can think of. So why do you want to be a part of that crowd? Why do you want to associate yourself to those people? I mean, of course, there is a way to connect with these people. Of course, there is a way to impress and attract such women. But the thing is, I don't want you to go so far-fetched that you start losing your own value, you start losing your own morale, and you start feeding to these self-entitled 18-year-olds who aren't really even there mentally, emotionally, wherever you would want them to be, but they are just super self-entitled because they have been given the entitlement that they are not even aware of. Like our mighty Sarat Kalra says, and it's a very true statement actually, men in general are the cheaper species. Especially in this country, in India, we just have a whole lot of us, and the thing is, it doesn't help us get any better at things. I mean, if you try to be this sorted guy who is not into this woman and who is not giving her attention, then guess what? She'll find 1,500 other guys who will be giving her attention, the kind of attention that she needs, expecting that, she will apparently fall for their attention. Yes, those 1,500 boys, apparently expecting that she'll fall for all of them and she'll start dating all those 1,500 boys. That won't happen. You shouldn't waste your time. You shouldn't waste your time from these self-entitled 18-year-olds. Be aware, be wise. Number 2 on the list are the wannabe feminists. You see, feminism is a very strong word. Feminism is a very genuine word. Now, few of my best friends, like few of my genuine good female friends, are actual honest feminists, and I love them for that. There is a whole psyche when you talk about women empowerment, and there is this whole weird debate when you talk about pro-pseudo-feminist. I mean, just like the way people have demeaned the whole term called masculinity to this chauvinism, male patriarchy BS, there is the same thing which is happening to the whole feminist community as well. There are these group of genuine true feminists who do believe in women empowerment and who are living a very empowering life. And there is this other group who are just pro-pseudo-feminists who don't really know shit about feminism, who aren't empowered, who aren't earning their bread, who aren't making 2 cents, and who are just having this pseudo-intellectual thought about anything dumb that you can possibly think of. Now, I don't want you to suffer. I don't want you to take shit from any of these weird pseudo-feminist BS. If you really want to find a strong personality, if you really want to find a true feminist, you'll have to spend some time, you'll have to do some research, you'll have to meet some good people so that you can find that genuinely empowered woman who actually knows, values and understands the value of feminism. Most probably these women are going to be a bit older than usual 18-year-olds, but then that's the process, that's the price that you have to pay to find someone who's actually genuinely feminist and genuinely well worth your time for your own masculinity. The third girl that I think you should avoid, the third girl that I think you should stay away from, especially if you're an entrepreneur, especially if you're doing something of your own, especially if you need to be very hardwired, working all the time, then that is a crazy party girl. Now see, I'm not against partying, I'm not against going out. There are these plenty lawyers, doctors and CAs I know who are really kicking ass in their professional life, but are also very good at partying, and those are the few people who actually have this great balance in life. But then the majority of these party women, that's their life. The weekends are their life. The going out to the club and dancing like a maniac is their life. Now, to be very honest, I can't dance for shit, and I do dance like a maniac too, but that's not the point. See, the point is, if you're trying to fall for someone who does not really have a life of her own, and partying and going out on weekends is her only life, then guess what? You'll get bored of her, you'll get sick and tired of her alcohol and her night outs and her clubbing every other weekend, and you'll eventually break up. You'll be frustrated and then you'll break up. And I don't want you to call anything off if you aren't even ready for it. She's not going to be well worth your time, and I don't want you to spend your time on something that is just not well worth your time. The fourth kind of girls that I think you should highly avoid is the relationship seeker. You see, it all comes down to women empowerment. How many women do you see around are genuinely, honestly empowered in their own life? I mean, majority of them aren't. And most of them either fall in this category or the fifth category that we'll talk about in some time. But the thing is, if you are out there trying to find someone to date, you should completely change your mindset and thought process to it, because that's the same thing that you're doing, which this girl is doing at the very first place. So you should never be looking at something just for the sake of wanting it or being in it. So once you're done with that, once you have changed your thought process to it, but now that you have changed your mindset, and then when you have met this woman who's just all about relationships, who's seeking relationships day in, day out, then she'll not be the perfect one for you. Because see, here's my theory to it. If you both can't be friends, if you both can't have a thing without being in a supposed relationship, then you just can't do that relationship anyway. You both have to know each other a whole lot more than jumping into a relationship, and most of these women aren't aware, they aren't practical, and they don't give this thing a thought. They just want to jump the boat and date day in, day out 1500 guys by going from one relationship to other, and then the other, and then the other. I don't want you to be in one of those 1500 guys. I want you to be a sorted guy. When she meets him, she gets a reality check on herself. Well, she'll be like, oh shit, okay, so life is like that. I should not be jumping relationship. I should rather spend time on figuring out myself. And then once I know that, okay, I like this guy, we have been friends, we have been talking, we have been dating, now we can maybe call it a relationship, or we can ask each other out and make the good things happen. So that is for you to do, that is for you to decide. But hey, the fifth and probably the most annoying woman that you should annoy, the most annoying girl that you should annoy, the most annoying girl that you should avoid, the most annoying girl that you should avoid at all cost is the mighty attention seeker. You see, these type of women are pretty much like those wannabe bodybuilders that you see in your gym. They'll go to the gym, they'll do the dumbbell curls, and then they'll take 1500 selfies, they'll get 50 likes, and then they'll be very happy about it. You don't want to be a part of that crowd. You don't want to associate yourself with them. The idea of you craving or you living on attention is something very insecure and something very demeaning. I mean, if you can't survive, if you don't have any self-worth of your own, if you can't self-sustain without anyone commenting, liking, or sending a 1500 DM saying, oh my god girl, you look so pretty, then you have a serious problem in life and in your goddamn brains. And if you are this guy who actually does that to any one of these chicks, saying that, oh my god, you're so cute, you look so pretty, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you for 1500 times, and likes all her posts, then you, my friend, you are seriously out of your mind. You should stop doing that for once. See, if you feed attention to these attention seeking people, they'll just not get the value of genuine attention when they do get in their life. And if you're someone who's trying to fall for this chick who has got apparent plenty attention, or who apparently seeks on attention, who's just there to get attention and then be done with it, then you'll not have anything fruitful with her anyway. So please try avoiding these 5 kinds of women or girls that you see around. Please try avoiding the attention seeker the most that you can find around, because these personalities, these women are not there to be with you. They'll just use your money, they'll just use your company, they'll just use something that you as a man are providing her in the value, and then they'll be done with it. They're not going to be with you. You're just going to waste your time, and I don't want you to waste your time ever in women. You are an empowered man. You should find an empowered woman for your own empowering life. I'll go make more videos. I'll see you in the next one, gentlemen. Don't forget to dress up, stay strong, and stay stylish. My name is Mayank. Thanks a lot for watching. Jai Hind. को प्लीज़ बीप कर देना.